What's up, 49er faithful? It's your boy, Chili Will, and welcome to the 49er Street Squad, guys. Man, what a game on Sunday Night Football, man. Really exciting, really excited. And if you guys saw my end game, saw me acting a fool, that was because I was just, I was feeling it, man. 49er fever, man. I was feeling good about that victory, man. And kind of came down to some final minutes, but our boys came back and pulled it out, man. That's what you like to see. You know what I'm saying? And, hey, great game, overall game. I think the guys just played good. My backup music here. I think our guys played really good, did a great job. And again, exciting game. I mean, everybody was out there enjoying this game, and it was just, it was magic. It was Sunday Night Football magic. It was from the beginning, during the anthem, and then to them growing jets come flying by, screaming, it just got you, it just got you all worked up. You know what I'm saying? Just kind of got you, oh yeah, let's do it. Let's do this game. Yes. That's like always one of my favorite parts of the whole beginning of the game is to see those jets come flying over after the national anthem, man. So I always have to stop and take that all in. I get really depressed when I don't see the jets come flying, when I'm expecting them and they don't come by. So I'm like, what the heck? Where's my jets at? You know what I'm saying? But they were there. It was Veterans Day. We're celebrating and honoring the veterans. So much love. I salute you guys, the veterans out there. If you serve for this country, Navy, like me, was in Navy, Army, Marines, when am I forgetting? Air Force and National Guard, man, I salute you guys, man. And, of course, all the great veterans that fought for this country, man. Awesome job. And we love you guys. So, great game, man. But, wow, let's get into it, guys. Let's talk about it a little bit. Man, the game started out, and you can see our boys kind of came out a little flat there, you know what I'm saying? Which I kind of suspected because they're coming off a bye week. And I had a feeling, it might be a little rough start. It seemed like it was. But the guys, turned it around a little bit later. But, it was a great game because one thing that was great about it is the fact that we had a lot of our players come back. We had Debo come back from his injury. Of course, Elijah Mitchell. We'll get more into that. He came back, did his thing. Of course, we got to see him with CMC, Christian McCaffrey. Of course, he did not disappoint and did an awesome, great job. I'd like to call them three, the three-headed monster, the three-headed running back monsters in the backfield, because now teams ain't going to know what's coming at you. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nobody ready for that. Nobody ready to see Debo, Mitchell, and Christian McCaffrey coming down your throat. That's all I got to say. But, Faithful, tell me, what did you guys think about seeing Elijah Mitchell back? I mean, this guy, he was gone for so long, and to see him come back and play the way he did, man. Whew. Can you imagine if we had him, healthy for all the games? We'd probably be sitting with at least 2 more wins, I would think, because that guy is just, wow, he comes out there like he just, like he's been playing all year. Like he hasn't missed a beat. That's how great he was looking to me. I was just like, wow. He's getting it done. I really, really like to see, it was really great to see Elijah Mitchell back out there. He had 18 carries for 89 yards. So he had the most yards rushing on Sunday night. So he did a great job. And, of course, he had our boy, Christian McCaffrey, another man, like I said, the backfield, another part of that three-headed monster, running back monster. He had 14 carries for 38 yards. So great job, Christian McCaffrey and Debo thrown in the mix. He still got the exclusive contract rights to still run the ball. So he had like 4 carries for 27 yards, man. Oh man, what's up? Oh, my man James just popped in. What's up, James? So, do you trust Kyle play calling to get us over the hump? Good question, James. Honestly, with the departure of McDaniel in Miami, our offense is suspect. Well, you know what? That's a good question, James. And thanks for bringing that up, because I was talking to one of my homeboys about that, and, he feels a lot about the same with Kyle Shanahan and his play calling. And again, it just seems, I don't know, it just seems so kind of a little off at times, a little mysterious at times why he can't seem to get it done. And I mean, well, I'm not saying he's not getting it done, but his play calling at times in certain situations, you know, has you scratching your head a little bit, like, you know, why do you go with this play? Why do you go to that play? You know, and some, you know, showing what what the defenses are showing out there, and sometimes the offenses that we come back with, it gets a little crazy on Kyle's part and what he's calling out there. So, yeah, I feel that, and I've always been questioning that ever since the Super Bowl, right? I mean, I think all the 49er faithful have questions about Kyle Shanahan's play calling, you know. But let me bring in my man. He just checked in. My brother, a special guest, Niner Rio, is in the building, man. Let me see if I bring him on in. Niner Rio, what's up? Oh, man, I forgot my background.
What's up? What's up?
What's going on, man? Good to see you.
Man, how's it going?
Oh, missing you, brother. You out there on the East Coast right now, right?
Yeah, man, I'm out here over here in Florida right now. You know,
Florida, okay.
So I'm trying to get situated, you know what I mean? But I'm all good. How's it going out there in Cali?
Hey, man, well, we celebrate. We're coming off a Sunday night victory, bro. I'm like, shoot, I'm pumped, man. You know, I was just actually talking to our faithful about the three-headed monsters back there. You know, man. Elijah Mitchell back, making his presence known, right? And then Christian McCaffrey and Debo. You know what I'm saying?
They take care. They're taking care of business, man. But you know, my biggest. Look at this.
That's my brother back there. Oh man, that's trouble in the house right there. What's up?
What's up, Doug?
What's going on, man? Hey, let me go ahead and let me bring up my co-host, man. I just jumped on in. My brother from another mother, Antonio Avila. What's up, Antonio? What's going on?
What's going on, guys? What's going on, Rio?
Man. We just get into it, man. We just get into it. You know what I'm saying? I was carrying it there, you know, trying to get, like I was telling Mario, I said, you know, I was really excited about Sunday Night Football win. We had Elijah Mitchell come back, who did an outstanding job. I was just saying he had 18 carries for 89 yards, you know, so he made his impact presence, you know, known very quickly. And it makes you think if we had him, you know, since the beginning of the season, we probably would have had perhaps another 2, maybe 3 wins under our belt, right?
Oh yeah, definitely.
I think so.
Right. I think if you look at it's a very similar start to last season. You know, running backs get injured.
Mm-hmm.
We don't know where we're going to go. Shanahan's play calling is kind of, you know, up in the air a little bit, and then you make this trade for CMC, and then Elijah Mitchell comes back. And, you know, I was a little worried about the trade with Wilson Jr. I thought it was unnecessary, but, you know, that's gambling on the fact that both guys are going to stay healthy, and that's all we can hope for.
Yeah. It's funny you bring that up, Antonio, about Kyle's play calling, because in the comments, a guy, James Mahan, said, do you trust Kyle's play calling to get us over the hump? Honestly, with the departure of McDaniel to Miami, our offense is suspect.
I think that if he doesn't have a running game, I'm a little nervous with his play calling. I think that's where, I mean, you look at what happened. I mean, he's still not off the hook with me with Trey Lance running him up the middle. I mean, let's be honest. That's when he was under a microscope on his play calling. And I didn't like, you know, I think if you're going to run Debo like the way we ran him last year, you run him like that maybe in the playoffs. I don't think you do that every game. And we were coming out in Chicago having him carry the ball like that. You know, we can't lose a guy like Debo. We can't lose these guys. Can't lose your quarterback. But Jimmy G's kind of balling right now. You know, his stats are not the prettiest all the time, but he gets the W's.
You're right, and that's good, because that was one of my questions. You know, Jimmy G is really. I mean, I'm really liking what I'm seeing out there out of Jimmy. I mean, it reminds me when he first came to this team and when he really started balling out. You know, and he was just doing his thing. I'm starting to see that Jimmy G come back doing his thing, and it's getting me excited. You know, let's talk about that throw he made on the run to Ray McCloud and caught him in stride. And that was a beautiful throwing ball. And I was just like, what?
I was
Jimmy
shocked.
just throw this ball with this guy on the stride without breaking the stride. Oh my goodness, man! I was excited about that pass, man. I was, but yeah, he did a great job, and of course, bringing the guys back. See, we got the comeback Jimmy G now. Remember before he couldn't come back again. Now we get, now we got the comeback Jimmy G. And that's what I'm loving so much about him right now.
Now, how did you guys feel overall about that game? Seeing that everybody thought it was going to be a blowout. Everybody and their mama.
Wait, who all everybody got?
I
no blowout.
I didn't think that, but I
Okay.
think that the Chargers were coming in banged up. So you looked at some of these injuries and you're like, okay, this is going to be maybe not as tough as what we could have thought, but they came out gunslinging,
And they punched us in the mouth in the beginning.
I guess
that throw Herbert had to I don't know what receiver it was. He threw that because I was just getting myself situated, turned around. Next, it was 7-0. I was just like, wait, what happened? I didn't even see that play.
I was going based off Vegas. Vegas, they started off at 3 or 4, and then they went all the way to 7. -7 on that. So I'm thinking that, and everybody picked them, easily, all the broadcasters and all that, and that made me nervous because anytime is 100% pick, I feel like it's time for a letdown. And I feel like the Niners probably were overexcited. The play calling was kind of questionable with how many runs they were doing. And I felt like they weren't doing a real good mix. I think at one time I saw them run McCaffrey like 3 or 4 times in a row. And I'm just like, dude, like we got to switch it up. And I was feeling kind of shaky on the play calling. We got it together later on, but I definitely feel like we should have won by more than how much we won by. But I think it was just the first time everybody was together like that. So it's sort of like trying to gel and trying to figure out what's going to work.
Right. And I agree with you. Coming out the starting gate, a little fragile there. You get I think it was just because of the bye week. Obviously, just kind of, having that week off and then trying to get their rhythm back, I think might have thrown them off a little bit. I don't know, but that's what I felt because that's the reason why I came in the game. I also feeling the Niners were going to beat them, but I knew it would be close. Like I figured if they do win, we're probably going to be talking like 3, maybe 7 points, and but it was going to take a good game with no turnovers, obviously, and not too many penalties. And I think for the most part, they did Ayuk, I think, turned over the ball the one time when he caught it, but at least they were able to overcome that. You know what I mean? It didn't affect them to the point where it set them back in a bad way. And because looking at the yards that they had, the Niners outdid the Chargers, and the running game, let's face it, our boys are the running game is just what we are.
Yeah,
and that's something that Kyle's never going to change because I think he believes on wanting to control the game with running game, keep that ball out of the opponent's hands, and the more you can keep that ball out of and Herbert in this case, as great as he is as a quarterback, the more you keep the ball out of his hands, the less effective he is.
I think it's a little bit of that, and I also think it's a little bit to ease some of the pain off the offensive line. I think that in predictable downs where they're passing, you're letting defenses come in and blitz the hell out of, our line has been a little, they've been playing a little better now, but in the beginning of the season, they weren't playing the best. And so it looked like if you were to look at tape as a defensive coordinator, you're like, oh, man, we're blitzing on third downs. So they do need that run to help with the blitz, to help, with, keeping, Garoppolo up standing. And I thought they did pretty well. Also, I think we have to run because I just don't know if I think the run sets up the pass for us right now.
Right. I agree.
And we were a little rusty probably coming off that bye week. But, we had a little slow start. It was good to see us get the win. This was not an easy game. I didn't think we can sleep on the Chargers. And with the fact that Seattle has one of the easiest schedules and they lost, that was big too, right? Because this NFC West is wide open right now. And that's pretty cool to know after losing 4 games. You know, when we're looking at 4-4, you're like, hey man, this is kind of like up or down. If you compare us to the Raiders right now, I mean, look at the season they're having, right? You know, so we're very lucky to be in the NFC West for this race, and going into Mexico on Monday night. What up, Jose? Yeah, this ain't going to be an easy game too, because division games, Arizona's always giving us a hard time, so they're a little banged up. But
is Kyler playing?
They were saying he's a little banged up. He's got I think an ankle injury.
Yeah, him, and I think, matter of fact, you just didn't you post something, Antonio, that showed Murray was out, and also what boy's name? Colton?
Yeah, first and second stringer are injured right now.
But,
but here's the thing: Mexico City is a high altitude. Like that's what people need to understand. Higher than Denver. So, we were in Denver. Rio, you could walk in Denver. I'm like, why the hell am I out of breath? And they're like, yeah, you're on altitude level. I'm like, bro, I'm walking just to the pub. I'm like, how am I breathing? Like,
exactly.
So you have to get used to, and I'm not a fan of these out of country games. I don't like it. You know what I mean? I rather just have us used to playing where we're supposed to be playing. But when the division is tight like this, all these things are a factor, and that's where the Vegas odds come in, right? They're like, oh well,
yeah.
You factor in the altitude, you factor in the weather, you factor in the cartel, you factor in Narcos, Netflix, you factor in. What are the odds? Yeah, there's a lot of factors.
They said that we got 85% 49er fans supposed to be.
I seen that.
So, yeah.
We gotta see
that's good. Yeah, that sounds like it's gonna be another home game for us, man, for sure. LA knows about that. So, hey, but that's good. That's good. Because that little Twitter I saw, a dude that posted that, he said that was from coming from Vivid Seas at 82%. And I'm like, well, we still don't know what Ticketmaster and all them other guys, might have percentage wise. So it could be a pretty rather, 49er faithful sold out stadium. You know what I'm saying?
Right. So Rio, what's the Vegas odds out there right now? What are you hearing, man? Who are we betting the money on right now?
Oh man,
the funny is that I'm not even in Vegas right now.
Oh man,
I'm in Florida right now. I can't even pull up my Vegas app because it says I'm out of the state. It won't give me my info. You know what I mean? But
look, see, Thursday, Friday.
Well, enjoy Florida. Enjoy Florida, man.
Yeah, no doubt, man. But I'll be back. I'll be back in a week. This weekend to Vegas.
Great, safe travels back home, my brother. Looking up the odds, it looks like San Francisco is favored by 7.
So currently, we're undefeated in our division, right?
Currently, yes.
Okay. So
we got to get this.
We're done with the Rams. We're halfway there with Seattle, and this is going to be our first game with Arizona. So,
I think we have to at least win one of these games against Atlanta. So Arizona, in order to be pretty much a foot in the door as far as the playoffs. So we got to win this game.
Yeah.
Here's the thing. Let's break this down. Kyler Murray, always trouble, and we have problems
scrambling
with scrambling quarterbacks. So if he's hobbled, that helps us tremendously. We're really good at playing against pocket passers, and then you got to look at this offense. If we can get the running game going and play sound football, I think we get out of here unscathed. But no injuries, sound football, no mistakes,
right?
And that's the big thing.
Yeah, well, Arizona, they rank 9th against the run as far as the defense, and they're like 23rd against the pass. So, but yeah, with now that Mitchell's back, we got CMC, and of course Debo's gonna be in the mix again. Yeah, we gotta wear these guys down. You know, I think that running game again has to come alive. You know, keep the ball. Just keep Kyle Murray off the field, less damage, right? Don't have to worry about running, chasing after this guy all over the place. He probably won't run that much anyway if he's coming off a hamstring injury. I'm sure he's going to be, if he does play, he's going to probably be babying that thing anyway. But as long as they lock down on Hopkins and oh my God, what's the other wide receiver? I think he just came back from injury too. I can't remember his name, but them guys are banged up. They're pretty good. As a matter of fact, tight end, that boy Zach Ertz is going to be out. He's not going to play this game. And Marquise Brown, he's on IR, but there's a chance he might play. So
he's on IR, but he might play. That's
they said
that's what it said, and because of a foot injury. But then I read something else that there was a chance he might play. So I don't know what's going on with what that is. He's on IR. He's IR. He should be out for like 3 or 4 weeks, right?
Yeah.
And I'm not sure when he had the foot injury, so I don't. I'm not exactly sure how long he's been on the IR list. Yeah. But going back to Sunday's game, man, hey, Ayuk, man, continues to shine, right? I mean, he's making. I mean, I know he caught that one good pass and got knocked out and fumbled the ball, but and he also had the one in the end zone that he should have had, but kind of got through his hands. But still, he was impactful. He had 6 catches for 84 yards, leading all receivers. So Ayuk's this game stepping up too in the last couple of games. Do you think Jimmy and Ayuk have kind of worked out their differences and maybe said, hey, look for me out there? Because I remember watching the games and I would watch Ayuk run and see him obviously open a lot at times, and Jimmy wouldn't throw the ball to him. He looked pissed off, frustrated, right? And I was like thinking in my mind, I know Ayuk's got to be upset, but it makes me wonder if maybe them two have come together and maybe work some things out, get on the same page, and it looks like it's working.
I hope so. I feel like Ayuk, that one that he fumbled, that was just bad luck, bad timing. I mean, he did like sort of like a spin move, and then the helmet hit the ball directly. It was a perfect hit, perfect time, and because if it wasn't for that, that was good, all day long. But overall, I feel like Ayuk has been a big part of the offense, obviously, especially since they're always doubling, Debo and stuff like that. So he really can't get as open. He has to do extra from the backfield to make things work. He has to work on screens and things of that nature to be able to pull off some moves. So it's hard to get him open.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah, they've definitely been locking down Debo a lot because all the, wide back damage he was doing in the playoffs last year. If everyone's trying to shut somebody down on offense, is Debo. So that's a good point, and why Ayuk is having an opportunity to shine so much. But about Jawan Jennings though, man.
Oh yeah,
Jawan, man.
I was happy, man.
4 catches for 40 yards, and he caught some big passes on like some, 3rd and 4th downs. I mean, he was making his presence known too, man, and he came up pretty big.
Some big ones, man. I was real impressed with his whole play, man. I really think once everybody gets to gelling, I think we just need a couple more games under our belt, and then it's going to be to the races.
Yeah, he was yakking.
He's got OBJ talk, and when you look at that kind of rumor, you think Jawan Jennings, right? His position, so he needs to show up. So if it motivates you to play better, I mean, how I feel about him, Chili Will. I think he's a sleeper. And it's just a matter of him getting his touches. And it looks like Jimmy G, you go to the Warriors game, you meet all the cheerleaders, you go you play a little better after,
Yeah.
Orange Star Jimmy.
Yeah.
What about Jimmy? Yeah, he was glimmering ear to ear, man. All the cheerleaders came up there and said hi to him, You
don't see all the cheerleaders do that to other players, I'll tell you that.
Yeah, and it's funny because all they had, who was sitting there, right, was like Chris McCaffrey, Jimmy Kittle,
Juice and Kittle. Yeah.
And they all went straight to Jimmy. They didn't really shake it. Well,
say hi to anybody else.
Yeah, they mainly though made sure they went to Jimmy. Hey Jimmy, what's up, boy? I see you.
Yeah.
Oh, Jimmy.
And then Ayuk and Debo were at the game Friday night, so that
Yeah.
so everybody's everybody's feeling loose. I think that's good when you see the players hanging out with each other like that, having a team outing, and
Yeah.
you end
Yeah,
up.
you like to see that.
I think it's good for the team.
All right. And
Now-
then, like I said, it was cool to see Christian sitting with them too. So,
Yeah,
like they welcome him like family, that's what's so awesome about the players, how they just treat each other so just respectfully, and they accept one another. You know what I mean? They always showing that love, which is good.
Now, speaking of Jimmy earlier, like, how do you guys feel that he's doing as far as his audition for the next team? Do you think he's doing enough that he'll be selected as a starting quarterback for another team?
If he keeps winning games,
I
But
think
is that enough? I think it has to be at least deep in the playoffs, right?
oh yeah. I mean, this is the thing. So far, he has proven that after surgery, he can still throw the ball.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And he can make plays. So that, along with the experience, I think, yeah, he does leave the Niners. He's definitely going to have a starting job somewhere. And that's if he makes the playoffs or not, But I think for sure he definitely would get a starting job if there was a team that was in dire need of a good quarterback. Because he's got the pedigree. He can't been in the Super Bowl, went to 2 NFC Championship games.
Yeah.
I think
The record speaks for itself.
if he stays healthy, someone's going to get a great quarterback. I'm a huge fan of Jimmy G. The only reason why he didn't get picked up is the 49ers hid his injury. They thought it was a hand injury. It ended up becoming a shoulder injury. That's a big deal. If it's your throwing shoulder, no one's going to give you a second round for that. And they wanted a second round. That was it. They didn't want a third round. They wanted a second for him. And so that's where it got a little weird. And then let's just be very honest. The season is over if he's not on the team right now.
Oh yeah,
the season is done. So
I'm telling you, I don't know what it is, but I have some good vibes about Mr. Relevant, man. I think this kid, I know this is a long shot. I'm talking crazy right now, but I'm just saying.
I think the tickets cost too much for to watch Mr. Irrelevant right now. I want to watch Mr. win a Super Bowl right now.
But you know what? Nobody has tape on this guy. So, what if he comes out balling and everyone's like, damn, you know what I'm saying? Remember when, Kaepernick took over for Smith? No one had tape on Kaepernick. And what did he do? He took that ball, took off, and was just killing fools with it. They didn't even know this guy had speed like that. You know what I'm saying?
Right,
and he still was throwing some dimes out there.
You think we got a Kurt Warner? You think we got a Kurt Warner on the bench?
I don't know. I just think we have something special sitting on the bench. I don't know if he's a Kurt Warner or Aaron Rodgers. I don't know, but I don't know. I'm just kind of I don't know. I'm kind of just intrigued by this guy. And I just think, I guess I would, if he ever plays, I'll find out,
I think he's very affordable to, to sit for a while and learn the playbook. And but to be honest with you, I was even concerned if you remember the game, I think it was Denver, when Jimmy G could read his lips say these plays suck. Yeah. So you gotta, Shanahan has to identify the strengths for each quarterback that is playing. And, he's got to make these.
Who said
if you read his lips, I think it was in the Denver game. It was one of the games he was coming off the sideline, and it was like a third, fourth down. He didn't make it. And he just said, these plays suck. And you could just
Jimmy G said that?
Yeah. And so that was when everybody was.
As you can read his lips good. Yeah. That's what it about looked like what he said.
Yeah. Yeah. And then they could, he's a professional. So he said he don't remember and didn't say nothing, but it made they killed it. In the the locker room is strong. I like that, but I think everybody that's watching the team at that time, you're questioning Shanahan. What are you calling? What are you doing?
Yeah.
And if the line ain't playing well, you have Kittle sitting back blocking more than running routes. So I think the team from then to now, they're starting to gel. This slow start is pretty interesting because you would think that we already know who we have on this team, but it seems like this is the second year we started slow, very similar to the way we started last year. If you look at it directly at where we're at right now.
Mm-hmm.
So this is a big game this weekend because, it's a division game. And then,
Yes.
like I said, we have to, the way I look at the schedule within the division is Seattle has the easiest schedule. And we haven't played Arizona twice, and we still have Seattle one more time. And I think Seattle has a bye. Are they on a bye this week? So
yeah, I don't know. I'm not sure.
I think they're on a bye because they're like 6-4. We're 5-4. So
like
they haven't had they haven't had a bye yet. So once we win this game, I think we take the tiebreaker because we've already beat Seattle. But those are the things I'm keeping an eye on. I mean, every game is hard to win in the NFL. We still got to play the Bucs. Tom Brady is 2-0 after his divorce. I don't know, man. He might be balling now. I don't know.
Wow.
I see the stat. It said Tom Brady 2-0 after his divorce. I was cracking up.
All the pressure's off.
Undefeated after his divorce. I was laughing.
Yeah, he's probably like, I'm free.
You got Miami coming into town. They got Mostert and Wilson Jr. Those guys won't want to play us hard. We don't have it. We don't have an easy schedule, man. Like not like Seattle. Seattle already passed by their tough part of their schedule. They got no winning team they're playing against.
They don't play Miami?
I think they already played them. Let me see. Seattle.
Seattle doing pretty good, but I'm still not sold on them. I feel like they just haven't played anybody. I mean, they played some good teams, but I don't know. They just don't. Right. They don't really scare me. I mean, we kind of took care of them pretty. I mean, heck, Jimmy came in for Trey Lance in that game, and Jimmy did his thing.
I feel like was this in the plans? The head coach for Seattle. What's his name? I can't remember his name right now. But do you think this was in his plan?
Pete Carroll?
Pete Carroll, yeah. Do you think Pete Carroll really wanted to win this season? I think he wanted some draft picks. Don't you think so?
He's always coaching his team up pretty well. I think it was the quarterback position that was in question. Let's see, they beat the Cardinals 31-21, and then they actually lost to the Bucs last week. So
and I think a lot of people didn't really know what to expect from their boy what's his name, Geno Smith.
Yeah,
because nobody really had tape on this guy. Didn't know really how to prepare for him, and didn't know what they just didn't know how good he could turn out. And so far, it seems like he is doing rather well. So. More teams are going to start catching on to that, and that's why I feel like the rest of the schedule, I don't think them guys are going to they may not it depends. I don't know who they're playing the rest of the schedule, but they might find it could be tough down, second
they
part
got the Chiefs season. In December 24th, and then they got the Jets January 1st. You can't sleep on the Jets right now, right? Like you look at the Jets and you just think, they're not going to. Yeah, the Jets are having a heck of a season right now. So,
It's a team with a good defense, man, and you know what? It's been proven because even the Niners proved it. When you get in Geno's face and put him under some pressure, you can rattle him. He won't play his best game when he gets kind of sacked a few times and hit a few times. I mean, that's why Russell left, because he was like the line just couldn't do it. Gets a good defense, right? So he's like, I'm out. But
Lefty Leon says Colt McCoy murked us last time he started against it. It's true. I can't. Hey, man, I don't take none of these guys lightly, man.
Exactly. Hey, I was trying to tell people because everybody was like, "Oh yeah, Seattle Wilson's gone. They're gonna suck. They're gonna be." I go, no. Pete Carroll's a good a good coach, man. This guy, he's been rather successful in college when he was at USC, and now he came to Seattle. See what he turned that whole program around. I go, you can't count that guy out. I said, I know Wilson's gone, but that guy knows how to coach defense. He knows how to coach a team, man. You can't ever take that guy lightly. I was like, don't count your chickens yet, until it's official. You know what I'm saying?
No,
make sure we put guys down where they belong. Kill them chickens.
Mexico City, the stadium fits like 105,000 people, right? Isn't it like the seating is ridiculous?
Yeah.
So if it's high in Niner fans, I'm interested to hear that crowd noise too.
Oh,
You
yeah.
know, that'll be a big difference. But yeah, it's
and
gonna
that's
be
why I think the Niners will come in there with the edge, because they said that that's supposed to be a home game technically for Arizona, but I think they made a mistake.
yeah.
You know, the Niners will just take over, and it's going to be like, hey, it's on. You know, and now you got the faithful backing them up too. Oh, you can't. How can you not play with that kind of energy of shouting and hollering going on from the faithful? You know, get after
Shout out to
Arizona.
Joe. Shout out to Joe White. He went on he's there right now. He was on the plane with Cesar Chavez, the boxer. He took. I was like, man, I'm having FOMO now. I was like, man,
Yeah,
get my
exactly.
passport real quick and
hop on in there, huh? Get that last trip in, get that good deal, man. Jump right on there. Shoot. Hey, you know, I was gonna ask you guys back at the game on Sunday night, how did you guys feel about that Greenlaw play? As far as him being thrown out for that hit?
No, I don't agree.
That was terrible. That was terrible.
Yeah, that was
maybe a 15-yarder, maybe a 15-yarder tops. But
yeah,
I mean,
just take
even that was questionable to me.
Yeah, because 15 on GP, but to be honest, 15 wasn't even worth it, because that play was a situational thing where, you know, he was already going towards that direction, and you could see he was trying to change up.
Right.
You know, he wasn't targeting. That's ridiculous, man.
Yeah. You're right. He was look. You're like in football, you run low already, right? And their quarterback was like falling. He got hit from the side by Ward. Jimmy Ward hit him, and he kind of like tilted into this awkward way. But that's why you're supposed to slide as a quarterback. You go head first, and you can get your head taken right out. Like
he was a runner.
You're a runner, and they need to stop doing this in the NFL. But you know what? I mean, you know, we come from a time in the 80s where, you know, they had a hit list. If you take out Joe Montana, they remember they were breaking fingers in huddles. You know, they were trying to do crazy stuff. And
exactly,
that was not an intentional play. I mean, you cannot look, if you try to let up as a defensive player, that's how you get hurt. You're taught as a kid to hit somebody rather than get hit. And that's how a defender always looks at it. If you're letting up, it's going to cause an injury. I'm okay with it. I don't think the team should fine him. You know, he might have to get an NFL fine, but they should pick that up, because that's not right. And I guess it came from the booth, right? It didn't even come from the referees. I heard it was a call from New York or something like that. Yeah, I heard, because you know, we're at the game. I can't verify, but I heard it was like not a decision that was made on the field to have him ejected.
Right. Yeah, I agree. He ain't sliding. He's free game. Simple as that. You know what I mean? And like you said, it didn't look like Greenlaw purposely was trying to leave with his helmet. It wasn't like, you know, trying to project himself like that. So, but yeah, I don't think he should have been thrown out neither, man. I think that was a pretty low blow for our guy, man.
You heard.
Oh, did you say something, Antonio? Or did I lose you? Oh, there you go.
All right, there you go. You heard Jimmy Ward. He was like, I just wanted them to feel me. I wanted to kill him. I was like, okay, that you don't get fined for saying that. I mean, come on, man. Like, I'm a big fan of Jimmy Ward, bro. He said it kind of like, it was kind of scary. Like he really wanted to take his head off. And I'm like, man, he got the best quotes, Jimmy Ward. But even they don't talk about it, but football's a violent sport, you know. Mm-hmm. Even coming up and playing youth in high school, they'll tell you, you know, take out that quarterback, we win this game.
Take him down.
And that's, I mean, you know, selfishly, you don't want no one to get injured, but for a Super Bowl.
Hey, Antonio, hold up real quick. Mario, I know you got to go, man. So I appreciate you coming in, checking in with us and stuff, and talking Niners and stuff. And again, blessings to you and the family. Y'all take care, and we'll talk. We get with each other.
Yep, I'll be back in Vegas this weekend, and we'll be back on schedule next week. But
Okay.
hey, you know I love getting on the show. We're gonna take care of business this weekend, okay? We're gonna do this. All right.
Oh,
Are we
yeah.
on Monday night? I mean, my bad.
The Monday Night Football. Real quick, what's your score, man? What's your score?
Ooh, my score is gonna be. I'm gonna do a weird score: 29-16.
Ooh,
29-16. We're gonna just do a weird score. All right,
Okay.
Luke?
There you go. There you
Remember
go.
that. Remember that.
I gotta write it. I'm gonna write that down. 29-16.
Yeah, 29-16.
All right, brother. All right, man. Listen, again, take care, man. Much blessings to you and the family, and we'll see you next Wednesday.
Have a
49.
good one.
We savage.
Yeah, you know it, baby. Yeah.
All right.
Have a good one, bro.
Yeah, he had a run. He had some stuff to take care of out there with his family. So, yeah, much prayers to him. He got some things going on. But yeah, so Antonio, we coming in Monday Night Football. We're coming in hot. And faithful out there, you know, we're gonna have like probably about I'm sure a good 90% strong. So it's gonna be a home game for us, right? And you know, what would you say or feel that the key is trying to get a stop on these Cardinals? What do we got to do?
Make them one-dimensional, stop the run, and you know that's always the plan, right? And play sound football. You know, put pressure on the quarterback and control the game, control the clock, and maybe get some of these stats. I like to see Bosa get some more sacks. I like to see Hufanga get another interception, and I think get this team fired up. I think the crowd out there, the Niner faithful, Empire, they're all going to be out there. There's a lot of friends of mine that are going to be out there. They're really excited about this game. So I think there's something to cheer about right now. I think this last big win against the Chargers, you're going to bring some momentum out there. And, of course, this is a historic game to go to. Mexico City, Monday Night Football. I mean, everybody in the world is going to be watching this game. So I'm hoping that our guys play well for this one, especially for people watching all over the world, because they've been promoting this game for a while now.
Yeah, that's true. And, you know, I think it's pretty much the first in Mexico, the first NFL game, in, I think quite a few, I mean, before COVID and everything happened. So it's been a few years, right?
Yeah, I think the Raiders have played in Mexico City, and then the Raiders canceled the Mexico City game because there was a field problem in the past before COVID. And then we played out there against Arizona, I want to say like 12 years ago, maybe. Yeah, that was against the Arizona Cardinals as well. So I remember that altitude issue because of that game. They talked about how high the altitude was and how the players had to deal with the high altitude on that field. But yeah, it does fit like 100-something thousand people because soccer is such a big sport, as you know. And the fans are real crazy. I mean, you think football fans are crazy. Soccer fans are wild. So this is a big game. And, you know, a lot of 49er fans are in Mexico, right? So, you know, I'm excited to I'm glad I'm home on this one because we've been traveling a lot, Chili Will. I had to take a rest. I had to take a rest, man. And
no, man, you've been doing it big, man. You were down in LA and had all the parties going on, running around with your boy Mr. Jeff Hamilton and stuff, man.
You got a chance to meet him. Man.
I got a chance to meet him, man. He was a great guy, man. Like I said, I told you I was in the ticket line, you know. He came up behind me, you know, he tapped me on my shoulder, and I'm like, Jeff, what's up, man? You know, and he's like, hey, how you doing? You know, and we're just kind of, you know, casual talking and stuff, you know, and he was just talking away. I was like, hey, man, real nice guy.
Sharp, humble guy. Humble guy.
Yes. And I was like, man, I just felt, you know, I kind of felt bad because, I mean, you know, we had to take care of some business. And so we had to hurry up rushing on through this. So I didn't really get a chance to, you know, kind of say, well, man, I'll see you later. Bye, you know, but, real nice guy, man. Jeff Hamilton, real cool dude. It was nice for him to show up for the faithful at the tailgate. Like you said, we had other Niner players show up.
Boobie Dixon.
Dixon, yeah, he showed up, and oh man, you know, it's always that's what I tell you, man. That's what just makes the faithful, you know, so special because you know all the players are, you know, even though they played in the past for us, you know, they're always still, you know, they are constantly showing us love and support You know, I mean, Jerry seems like he's at every game, home game. It seems like down there on the field having fun, you know, and
right.
doing this stuff. So you know, these guys always just showing the love, man, all the time, man. That's what's really awesome. And even in LA, you had Eric Davis, Super Bowl champ, and your boy Garrison Hurst.
Garrison Hurst, man. Shout out to Garrison and Eric, man. Awesome time. Yeah, it's been fun. You know, just making it, giving back to the fans, and even the tailgate had an amazing energy. It had a playoff atmosphere at the tailgate. The news came by. My cousin dropped his song. He just wrapped up the video shoot for a Debo song. It's pretty hype.
Yeah,
it's a hype song. It's a good song.
Yeah.
Fans enjoyed it, and you know, Gold Bar whiskey
in the house,
igloo coolers. You know, shout out to them, man. I mean, it's been the fan base has been awesome. I had my boys from Vegas come down with Residency. They have the Residency SF hats. They did a Debo hat. They were in the house. They'll be back next home game as well. So we're all preparing for Vegas.
When you said that they did the Debo hat, what was that? What was that? The one that was they had like I think the red NSF. I mean the red.
Yeah, it's red and black.
Red. Okay.
Yeah, white and red.
Yeah,
and then it says like 19 on the back.
Because Trey Lance, he had the gold one, right, with just the red letters on the top. That was his, right?
Right.
Oh, okay. Yeah, those are those are fire. I gotta get my hands on that. I gotta get that hat. I need to get your hat. Empire hat. Yeah. So I'm like, man, we got new hats, man. And I'm a hat guy. I love hats.
Same, man. You know, anytime you can save gel.
I still gotta get Tone Productions hat. Man, I gotta come up.
I gotta lace you up, Chili. I gotta lace you up, bro. It's all love.
I'm going to Caymans, man. I gotta represent, right?
I got you, Chili.
But that's awesome, man. And Arizona's gonna be fly. I'm sure there's gonna be some get-togethers out there. I off the top of my head, I didn't even see anything, but I know there's gonna be some. I guess some places people are gonna be get together over the weekend.
There was a
Did you hear anything?
There was a list that I seen, but I guess there were meetup spots, but I didn't really it wasn't really promoted, but I'm pretty sure fans will figure it out when they get out there. I think it's all going to be exciting. Shout out to also 408 Swag, man. They put on a huge tailgate on Saturday, and the Niner Empire and everybody that comes out and does a participation into this tailgate. It's like so crazy how many people work together to make these events happen, even on the road. And so that's the one thing I can't say thank you enough to, is everybody, these chapters, all the chapters that come together to make this happen for the fan base. Because if you don't understand how that works and it's just your first game, you're like, dude, how does this? People come up to me and they're like, how does this happen? It's not just one person, it's literally planned. That's and it's like everybody coming together to make something happen, and the food, the drinks, the atmosphere, the DJs, the generators. It's pretty cool where it's going, and then you're getting some famous people pulling up to the tailgate. You just kind of you have a great picture. You have a great picture with Jeff, and I was like, man, he was looking sharp, bro. He's wearing like this pinkish reddish leather.
Oh yeah,
blazer.
He was looking fly, man. He was looking Hollywood, man. I was like, damn, look at you, brother. I said, I feel underdressed right now. You know what I'm saying? He was looking good. Yeah.
Right.
I'm like,
next
man,
thing you know, he's on the field.
I look good like him at his age, man. I'm like, damn, brother look like he's just chilling. He just got the whole California Hollywood thing going on. He just looked good, man. I was like, damn. But he's awesome, man. And like you said, it takes a lot. 49er faithful to really, like you said, come together, as far as taking care of drinks, food, and DJ, I mean, that's you tip your hat off to these guys and all these chapters that do that, because that's not easy. That's not easy, and that planning and putting together, and firsthand, because what you just did in LA, for crying out loud. So it's not an easy task for anyone to plan something like that and pull it off, and just to show great time for the faithful, I mean?
Yeah.
And,
it was my first time staying in Santa Clara the night before the game. We've been here now. This is our 9th season at Levi Stadium.
Man, I should have came over to see you guys.
Yeah,
And I told J-Mo, I said, man, because he told me he's going to be at, where you guys were staying. I was like, oh, man, let me know if you guys later on might be there. I said, maybe I'll come fly through. But I knew you guys were kind of on the, on the go because you had a busy weekend.
Yeah, so there was SneakerCon across the street from the stadium on Saturday and Sunday. So we did that, and then we stayed at the Marriott where the 49ers stay, and I could not believe how many fans hang out in the lobby, and the players, they'll just walk by you, and you're just like, I seen CMC, I was like, whoa, this is just crazy, and you meet a lot of good people that actually like fly in from other cities just to stay there, and you have this Niner fan base that's just chilling at this bar, and it was pretty cool. And then the next morning going to the game, which was a Sunday night game, so you could sleep in a little bit.
Sleep in a little bit.
It was actually not that bad. I was like, man, this was really cool, and met some really good people that I've never met that are like big 49er fans that come up from Bakersfield and all these different areas, and you hear the sacrifice that they do. Nick Bosa's mom having a drink with us, like it's so cool to just see these people and hear their stories. And that's one of the best things about being a Niner fan. I mean, we have the best fan base, Chili. Well, that's why we're always on the road.
Yeah,
we go.
You know what? And every time in every city we're at, it never fails. The faithful on the news, man. Chicago. We were on the news, North Carolina on the news, LA always on the news.
Yeah.
Like we're making like an impact like no other, man. And I never see other fans from other teams hyped up on any news stations about look, the turnout, it's just crazy. It's just it's just unbelievable. It's the empire, brother. Like you said, we're not a nation, we're an empire.
Jeff Hamilton sold out his jacket, and that's not a cheap jacket to just sell out on, and he just sold out, right? So like he sold out over the weekend, and it's crazy. I think I love the fan base. We rocked the jackets on Saturday at the hotel. People were like, who, where, and when did you get that? Like it was like the conversation is like, it's wild, when something new comes out. Yeah. So
I can get my
have the
hands
guy
on
come
one of
out.
those, man.
Yeah, have the guy come out to the tailgate and talk about it. I did an interview with him. That's going to be coming out soon. That's being edited. We talked about his first jacket from 1989, and then I wore the 1991 jacket in the interview, and then we talked about what made him, do this new Niner jacket after. I think he hasn't done one since early 2000s. Mm-hmm. So. He talked about the design, talked about getting the NFL license again. He's big on the NBA, so he does a lot of NBA stuff.
Yeah, he has some fly Warrior jackets too.
Yeah, Warriors jackets. He has the patch jackets where it's got every NFL team and then every NBA team. Mm-hmm. So just to go over that, nice. To talk with a legend and see all these stars coming in to just get his jacket. They just go, he's a celebrity jacket designer. And he's been in the game for so long, and
I think Jeff's hooked, man. I think he's hooked on our Niners, man.
And
not so just much because of the Niners, but because of you and J-Mo Can. I think he really has a cool little bond connection with y'all. You know what I'm saying? And you can tell he's having fun. He's having a great time. So. He's seeing firsthand what the faithful is all about, man, and he's gravitating to it. I could tell.
Yeah, he's solid, man. Jeff Hamilton was a guy who made jackets that my mom said, I ain't getting that for you. I don't know where you think you live. That costs too much. You know what I mean? And so what transpired, just to share, during the pandemic. I was with Joe Y and J-Mo. We were collecting jackets, like mint condition collector edition jackets. And I went on a Jeff Hamilton jacket, search for these. Oh, there you go, co-host.
That's right.
And So I started finding all these old jackets because collectors were getting rid of everything during the pandemic.
Mhm.
And I'd be going to bed and the guys would be pinging me my size in a jacket that they found on some site. And I'm like, dude, guys, if I get another jacket shipped here, my wife is gonna kill me. Like, and then everything was rare. Oh, babe, it's rare, And so when I finally got this Jeff Hamilton jacket, I got it for a really good deal. The person that sold it to me, they're not a Niner fan. It was their father's, and they only wore it like 2 times, and so everybody can't find that jacket. And so I brought that out when I did the interview with him, and he kind of just lit up. He was like, yo, I ain't seen this, and that's my old logo. And look at the back. He like knows everything on his design. And
oh, heck yeah, I bet.
Which is just cool because I've seen him with celebrities, but never met him. And to do the interview, to make it organic, to become friends, and to work with him for the whole weekend, the following weekend at SneakerCon, and JMO and me, we just all dressed up the same, and people just flocked to his booth like crazy. And then Debo came out. We went to the game all together on Friday night, to the Warriors game, and met Debo there. He had Debo with him because Debo wanted like all those jackets.
Right.
And after that, I mean, everybody seen Debo with the jacket, sold out.
Bam.
Wild.
See,
that's how fast that happened.
Put the jacket on the right person, and boom, everybody wants it, right? I mean,
right.
Dre had the serious the beats, and when he got those players, everybody wearing, everybody gotta get them beats.
Right.
So,
right. The beats.
That's how you market that stuff, man. If you can work it out with somebody big like that, to wear your stuff, or promote your things, that's really cool, man. But yeah, I'm sure we haven't seen the last of a guy, Jeff, man. I think he's gonna be back. I'm sure
he just told us he's doing another Niner jacket. I was like, geez, you made me buy this one and you're doing another one.
Oh, really?
Man? Yeah, he said he's gonna release another one, man. And
I mean, like within this season, you think, or is he talking like maybe down the road, like a year or something?
He's talking like January. And I said, well, let's get this 6th Super Bowl on this. Don't release something before the Super Bowl real quick. But just for the parade, we need it right there. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
yeah, exactly. Well, I mean, if he needs a model to kind of show it off for him a little bit,
right. We're all models right now.
Model, I'll help promote it. If he needs.
I tell the wife, I said, babe, I'm a model. She's like, cut that out.
Yeah.
My kids go, Daddy's a model?
Yeah,
no, he ain't.
Jeff Hamilton, he's hired, man. Shoot, I saw you with the picture when you were carrying, I think that was like with the bag of the briefcase, his logo on the case.
Yeah. He wraps it up in this garment bag. It folds in half. It's got his patch. I mean, the guy is top notch. The guy's top notch. It's pretty dope. Yeah. So You're always protecting your jacket.
Right. Oh, definitely, man. Especially that one. You don't want that to get damaged at all.
Right
on. But Arizona Monday Night Football, man, in Mexico at the Azteca Stadium, man. It's gonna be crazy. 49 faithful, ready to turn it out and cheer our boys on, which I know is gonna be like an ejection shot for our boys, man. Hearing that crowd loud screaming, and that's not on top of everybody else that's going to be there, because I'm sure there's a lot of people in Mexico that like the Niners.
Yep.
So
I'm excited for this one.
Yeah, definitely. It's going to be fun. So we'll get back together, for after that game, and we'll talk some more Niners and our victory. We get that victory. I keep it going and stuff. And I want to say again, thanks so much for being on and hanging out with me and talking some Niner football, and also shout out to my boy. Any final words out there, man? Can you hear me, Antonio?
I can hear you now.
Oh, I was just wondering, any final words that you want to put out there? Anything coming
everybody
up?
Everybody that's in Mexico should get loud.
Right on. All right, man. So we're out of here. Thanks, guys. Love the 49er faithful. Remember, it's not how you start, it's how you finish. Let's keep the winning going on. Keep them dubs coming, and we'll see you guys next Wednesday. We out.